Hey guys, Mano here and welcome to the channel. A few days ago, I was at a Honda dealership here in the island of Cebu to make a follow-up on something that I have been waiting for a while now. As I was looking around, I remembered one of you guys asking me this question. Which is better, the XR150L or the CRF150L? Now, it just so happens that this Honda dealership has both bikes in the showroom, and this was the perfect time to compare both bikes in terms of styling, components, comfort, and what are my recommendations. So if you are in the market for any of these bikes, stick around because I'll be helping you decide which 150 is the best for you. Alrighty, before we talk about these three areas of comparison, let's talk about the all-important question. How much are these bikes today? Take note, I'm in the Philippines and pricing here is different from where you might be, so go check your nearby Honda dealer just to be sure. Who knows, they might be cheaper where you're located. For the XR150L, it is currently priced at 94,000 Philippine pesos, and that includes vehicle registration. As for the CRF, pricing is at 148,000, including vehicle registration. Okay, let's begin with styling. Honestly, I have to admit I am not a big fan of both bikes in styling department. There's just something about those modern motocross gas tank shrouds and sharp rear end that turns me off. I grew up riding 80s and 90s enduros, and those are my preferred looks on a dirt bike. But if I have to choose which one looks better, it has to be the CRF. In my opinion, at first glance, it looks like a proper modern dirt bike. You can tell it's lightweight and built for some serious off-road action. The XR, on the other hand, well, I mentioned in my previous video that I didn't like the styling at all, since it looks more like a street bike on stilts, and I still feel the same way even up to now. It looks heavy and a bit goofy. Next are the components. Both bikes share the exact same 149cc air-cooled 2-valve overhead cam engine with a 5-speed manual transmission. Both are equipped with electric start and have kickstart for backup. Both also share the same single backbone, double cradle, single down tube steel frame. Now this is a good thing because it allows some parts to be interchanged. Now, despite the engine and chassis similarities, the XR is the antiquated one. The engine is fed by a 22mm carburetor and produces around 12 horsepower and 12 Nm of torque. The front suspension is a pair of ultra-skinny 31mm forks, while the back is a non-adjustable monoshock bolted straight to the swing arm. The wheels are 19 up front and the back is a 17. Both are made of steel and look like they came from a 1980s street bike. For braking, you get a 2-piston caliper biting on a single disc up front, while the back is a drum brake. Are those bad things? Well, not really, considering what you're paying. For your convenience and utility, the XR comes with a luggage rack that also doubles as a passenger grab rail, and a 12-liter fuel tank, perfect for extended trips. The CRF, on the other hand, is the more modern version. You get fuel injection, which further refines the already super smooth and predictable power delivery of the 149cc engine. Output is basically the same as the XR's. For suspension, you get these racy looking non-adjustable Showa inverted forks that offer more suspension travel. For the back, you get your standard Honda ProLink monoshock setup and looks the business for serious off-road action. Braking is done by a 2-piston caliper up front biting on a much bigger disc. At the back, you also get a disc brake setup. Wheels are your standard enduro setup of 21-inch front and 18 at the back. To further sweeten the deal on the CRF, this bike is equipped with a digital display, weighs a lot lighter, and has a better build quality over the XR. Downside of this bike is a much smaller 7.2-liter fuel tank, lack of any cargo rack, and the seat is too narrow to be comfortable. Now, speaking of comfort, let's talk about ergonomics. If you've been watching my previous videos, you will know I'm very particular about comfort. I said it before and I will say it again. If you are comfortable on the bike, the better you are at riding it. In my opinion, the XR wins in this category. The 32-inch seat height is very welcoming to riders of all shapes and sizes. Being able to flat-foot both feet on the ground or at least one foot, may it be off-road or on the streets, really gives you that feeling of confidence in managing the bike. The seat itself is generously padded and is actually very nice to sit on. Reach to the bars is a bit low for my taste, but it's just a pair of handlebar risers away from perfect for me. The CRF, on the other hand, as I said, has a narrow seat which is thinly padded and definitely not great for longer trips. The seat height is a bit tall at 34 inches off the ground, not exactly inviting for vertically challenged riders. However, its long and narrow profile is perfect for moving your body weight around. The stock pegs are wider and have bite on them, making standing on the bike a lot easier. Also, reach to the bars is not too low while sitting, and it feels pretty neutral without putting strain on your lower back and shoulders even while standing. Now, to sum things up in this comparison, if you are looking for a lightweight, easy to maintain, and reasonably capable off-road motorcycle, both bikes are very good choices. However, the XR is more of a dual sport that is ideal for commutes in urban traffic or unpaved roads. It's comfortable, very utilitarian, and priced just right considering what it offers. The CRF, on the other hand, costs more, but you get all the good stuff like fuel injection, better suspension, and of course lighter weight, making it a better choice if you plan to ride off-road aggressively. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. If you want more info on these bikes, check out these videos where I talked about them in detail. Links in the description below. And don't forget to like this video if you found this helpful, and if you have questions, feel free to leave a comment and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Also, consider subscribing to my channel and help me reach 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. As always, see you next time. Bye.